Rob, you think, I mean, you've called it before the season began, and I think you called it even last season.
No, I didn't. This season I called it. Don't say those are what the Patriots fans. Now you say it every year. Eventually, you're going to be right. No,
you've been saying this since he was like 37.
But now I looked at the numbers, and that was the thing that I did, Chris. I compared the numbers. Him and Brett Favre have identical numbers at age 40. And then at 41, Brett Favre, if you remember, they went to the NFC Championship game when he was with the Vikings. You remember?
He had a great year.
He had a great year, and then 41, he fell off the cliff. And we talk about it. I know it's a cliche, Father Time never loses, but it's so true. And Chris, now when you look at Tom Brady, these numbers, are you ready? He's throwing for 215 yards a game through the first three. Quarterback rating, 93.9. Yards per attempt, 5.73 yards per attempt. You know what his career is?
It's about 2 yards better than that.
Right. And yards per game, his career is 261. He's at 215, so that's a big drop-off. And the quarterback rating for his career, 97.5, and we're at 93.9. And yards per attempt is almost 6.83, and he's at 5.73. So the numbers are really down. And I'm just saying, when I look at Tom Brady, I just don't see the same guy. And, yes, he doesn't have all the weapons and the same people to throw to. But this is why Bill Belichick was trying to get Jimmy Garoppolo ready, right, to take over, because you would rather be, Chris, 1 year or 2 years premature than a year or two late. Do you know what I mean? And making a switch. Yeah. You don't want to wait until the wheels fall off. At all.
Right. And I get it, Tom Brady. We're all sensitive, and he didn't like that at all. And look, he was great last year. I mean, at 40 years old, he defied Father Time. We've never seen a 40-year-old quarterback play the way he did last year. So I understand why, he feels good. His TB12, training has really, had him great these last few years. And I don't know. I'm not, again, I need to see more before I'm going to write off Tom Brady. I mean,
what do you got to see? You say
look, it's only 3 games, Rob. I mean, 3. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been tremendous this season thus far.
But we're talking about at age 40. Aaron Rodgers is not age 40. I'm just talking about. Look at Tom Brady. Does he look? You watched the game last night. Does he look the same to you?
No, he doesn't. But there are a lot of other things you can point to. I mean, you said you threw it. You said it as a throwaway line. I know he doesn't have anybody to throw to, any weapons, but that's a big thing. Now, what I will give you is that he can no longer, like I said in the first segment, make good players or even great players out of mediocre or less than average players. I'll give you that. But if you look at his receiving core outside of Gronk, and again, defenses are taking Gronk away. They're double teaming him. They're focusing in on him. And Brady has to go elsewhere. And these other guys just aren't getting open. And again, they got no running game whatsoever. No running game whatsoever. And that's been a big part of what they've done, too, whether it was LeGarrette Blount or somebody else. They've always had competent running games, even though they haven't had that, sensational Hall of Fame back. They've had guys that could keep a defense honest. They don't have that now. So now everybody's just sitting there waiting for Brady to throw to some of these mediocre receivers he has, and they can't get open. So I'm just saying, of all the things you can point to as to why Brady and the Patriots are struggling, he is one of the last things I would point to.
I wouldn't. I don't think it's last, and I'll give you the defense. But maybe the other part is Brady used to always, the defense was a big part of the Patriots, and now not to have that, you're relying more on Brady. They're not shutting down other teams.
Which was fine the last couple years. You know what I mean?
But that's not happening anymore.
Yeah, right now he may not be able to carry you that way either.
Do you know what I mean? He has to do everything, and I don't know if he's at that caliber. I know he's not. I think this is the beginning of the end of Tom Brady. And I know people are going to say, oh, you hate Tom Brady. What did he do? Did he sleep with your wife? Did he do this? Did he beat your puppy? I mean, I've heard everything. No, I don't know Tom Brady like that. I've watched Tom Brady. I've covered Tom Brady. I've been at games. I've watched him live. All that other stuff. I've been in press conferences with Tom Brady. I don't know Tom Brady. I do know that right now the Patriots are in trouble. I think that at the end of the year, we might look back at this win by the Lions and go, it wasn't nearly as impressive because the Patriots finished 7-9 or 8-8. I don't think that it's out of the question that this team is not very good. Tom Brady's not very good at this point. The defense is not very good. Bill Belichick has not coached well going back to the Super Bowl. That's the point you made. They just haven't done what you need to do to have winning football. And now everybody can poo-poo the the AFC least, which it has been for years. But you know what? The Dolphins come into Foxborough this week, Chris, 3-0. They got a chance to make if they were able to beat
this would be a
New England in New England, right, and go 4-0.
When the Patriots are desperate.
Yes, it would be huge and might change the complexion of the division.